So, let's talk about that coding class you just signed your kid up for. Are you kind of worried it might be totally useless by the time they graduate? Look, you are not alone. It feels like the ground is shifting under our feet, right? And as parents, it's only natural to wonder how on earth we're supposed to prepare our kids for this new AI powered world. So, in this explainer, we're going to break down a whole new way to think about their future. It's less about hunting for the right job and way more about focusing on these timeless, uniquely human skills. For the last, 50 years, the big questions were always pretty standard. So, what are you going to major in? What's a safe career path? But here's the thing, in the age of AI, those questions, they might actually be leading us and our kids down a completely wrong path. We've got to start with a totally new, much more fundamental question.
All right, section one. The key to navigating this future. It's not about trying to be a fortune teller and predicting which jobs are going to survive. Nope. It's all about just starting with the right question. And this one little change in how we frame the problem, it can totally reshape how we guide our kids' development right from the very beginning.
So here's the big pivot. We need to stop asking, what's the best major, and start asking, what kind of creator will my child be? See the difference? This completely moves the goalpost. It shifts away from this idea of passive employment, training to be a little cog in someone else's machine, and moves toward active, hands-on creation. It's really about teaching them how to build the machine, not just how to operate it. Okay, so raise creators. Sounds great, right? But what skills does that actually mean? Well, it turns out there are these core human abilities that AI, even with all its insane processing power, just really struggles to copy. These are the skills we as parents should be absolutely obsessed with nurturing.
First up on the list, complex thinking. Think of an AI as just a super powerful answer engine. You ask, it answers. But here's what it can't do. It can't tell you if you're even asking the right question in the first place. It's not going to sit there and weigh the ethical implications of a decision. And it for sure won't take responsibility if things go south. The future really needs leaders who can frame those good questions and then own the results, period.
All right, next up, let's talk about true creativity. And yeah, AI it's fantastic at imitation. It can whip up a sonnet in the style of Shakespeare in like 2 seconds. But what it can't do is invent a whole new form of poetry. That takes something completely different. I mean, think about the invention of the iPhone. That wasn't just a bunch of tech parts slapped together. It came from a really deep human understanding of how frustrating old phones were. It was a solution to a problem most of us didn't even know how to put into words. That kind of breakthrough. It comes from real, lived experience, from emotion, not from an algorithm. Okay, this one is absolutely massive. As AI starts to automate more and more of the routine stuff, the analytical tasks, the technical grunt work, the value of pure human interaction just skyrockets. We're talking about empathy, persuasion, leadership, the ability to actually inspire a team. These become the absolute premium skills that you just can't outsource to a machine. And skill number 4, real-world problem solving. Let's be honest, in the very near future, just memorizing facts is going to be almost worthless. Why? Because knowledge is a commodity now. Anyone can look it up in a second. The real value is in knowing how to use that knowledge. The big challenge for the next generation is all about using AI as this incredibly powerful tool to go out and solve tangible, messy, real-world problems. All right, so how do all these skills actually translate into, jobs, career paths? Let's take a look at the kinds of professions that are built on these human foundations, the ones that are way more resilient to automation. So we can pretty much group these resilient careers into 4 big categories. And notice something important here. None of these are about running away from technology. It's the opposite. It's about either working with AI in a really smart way or doing the things that AI just fundamentally can't do. Okay, first up, AI collaboration jobs. Now, here's what's so interesting. The biggest opportunity isn't just for the folks who can code the AI. It's actually for the people who can direct the AI. We're talking about product managers, prompt engineers, education designers, people who can strategically use these amazing tools to solve real business problems, real educational problems. Next, let's lump 2 categories together, high creativity and high trust. On the creative side, think about work that relies on unique, personal taste, like a brand strategist or a really great designer. That's super hard to automate. And then you've got high trust roles. Doctors, therapists, lawyers. We will always need a human being to be accountable in those jobs. After all, you can't exactly sue an algorithm for malpractice, right? And finally, let's talk about the physical world. This is a category people totally overlook all the time. But listen, someone still has to build the robots, install the robots, and yeah, fix the robots when they break. Skilled, hands-on jobs, like in robotics maintenance or advanced manufacturing, could honestly end up being way more stable than a lot of the white-collar jobs we have today. Okay, so this is all great in theory, but the big question is, what can you, as a parent, actually start doing tonight, or maybe this weekend? Well, this is where we get into a super simple, actionable guide for putting all these ideas into practice right at home.
Really, it boils down to three core strategies. One, get them thinking in terms of projects, not just homework. Two, teach them to master AI as a tool they can command. And three, focus on those long-term character traits instead of just chasing short-term job titles. So what does project thinking actually look like in real life? It's all about shifting from passive studying to active building. So instead of just writing an essay about a book, what if they used AI to co-write and illustrate a whole graphic novel based on it? Or instead of just learning some code, they actually build a simple little app that helps track chores around the house. You see? It's all about applying the knowledge. And that leads us right into the second step. The absolute key mindset here is to teach them that AI is their powerful assistant. It's the co-pilot, not the pilot. It's there to amplify their intelligence, their creativity, not to be a crutch or, worse, a replacement for their own brain. And finally, long-termism. This is all about playing the long game. It's about recognizing that, yeah, specific jobs are going to come and go, but those foundational abilities, they're timeless. So we need to focus on nurturing their curiosity, their ability to learn anything, their adaptability, their resilience and grit. That is the ultimate career security. So, when you put all this stuff together, the new question we're asking, those irreplaceable human skills, the action plan, it all points to one big fundamental shift. It's all about cultivating the mindset of a creator. Think about it like this. The past was all about the stable job era. You learn one skill, have one career. The future? That's the skill stacking era. And this isn't about being a jack of all trades, master of none. No, it's about strategically combining different skills to create something totally new and valuable. Like, imagine a great writer who also understands data analysis. Wow, they can tell stories that nobody else can. That's skill stacking. So we kind of end up right back where we started, but now, hopefully, with a much clearer path forward. The future really does belong to the people who can create, who can innovate, who can solve new problems. So the only real question left is, how are you going to help your child become one?